Correct. Okay. So we are going to next. See, all these questions are related to Kriya Yoga. Okay. He is a practitioner of Kriya Yoga. His questions are related. So what is your next question?
What should a practitioner do?
Enjoy it. What should a practitioner do when he has nada? Right? So, in meditation, deep meditation, silence, sound of silence, nada is heard. What is nada? I have already told. Okay. Now, what should do after that? So, enjoy it.
The situation what I am facing it has become natural to me.
Let it be.
It is natural, and what is the next stage?
See,
that is.
see, what is next about it?
Yeah.
See, please understand, any experience by itself has no value. Experience with clarity and understanding has a value. Understand?
Yes.
Right? So, any experience, for example, any experience itself, there's no particular value. It can be misunderstanding. Right? Understand? So, experience with the clarity and understanding, the experience, it's a value. So, I'm hearing nada. Now you understood what is nada means. Correct? Nada means oneness of Shiva and Shakti. It is anahata. There's no duality there.
Right.
But it's not absolute reality, not Sadashiva. Right? So, if you want to be in oneness, you enjoy that. If you want to go to Sadashiva, you have to do something else. Understand? This is my understanding.
That is my question, sir.
Yeah, there's your question.
Yeah, that is my question.
Okay.
What is the next step?
So, so you say nada has become natural to you. In the waking state, wherever you go, you have a nada experience. Okay. It's good. But practice nada with the clarity that this is oneness, not just nada.
Yes.
Understand it's oneness. Shiva and Shakti has become one. Dual have become merged. It's union of Shiva and Shakti has happened. The transcendence has not happened. The union and transcendence has happened. Yoga has happened. That's why up to this point is yoga. The transcendence has not happened. Transcendence is called jnana. up to union, it's called yoga. Transcendence is called jnana. Right? So yoga is the first step. Jnana is the beyond. Okay. So now yoga is very important when you function in the world. Right? When you function in the world, union is very important. The duality has to become oneness, which means a love and happiness will increase if you are established in nada. When you interact with the world, instead of stress, there will be love. There will be compassion, because you are seeing one in all. The variety you are seeing is oneness. And oneness has become variety, variety has become oneness. It has become noneness, noneness, it has not become no other. That has not gone there. It is still in oneness. It's called yoga. Okay. This yoga is what you have to experience in day-to-day transaction. Okay. Right? The experience of yoga is a feeling of oneness, feeling of love, feeling of there's no other. So here we start seeing a universal love manifesting through you. Universal love. Because love is nothing but Divine Mother. Universal love is Divine Mother. So from individual love, you start moving into universal love. When nada starts manifesting in your life, provided with the clarity. Without clarity, it will be just sound. Understand? Everything in dharma or sadhana has to have associated clarity. Right. Without associated clarity, it will be just meaningless. Somebody kundalini raises. So the person says, oh, some shaking is happening. He doesn't know what is happening. You start giving wrong meaning. Some kundalini goes to sastra. Oh, some itching is happening. Right? Without proper understanding, kundalini has gone to sastra, Shakti is starting meeting Shiva. Right? Still it's wind element. The vibration is there, wind element. Okay. That becomes sound element, nada. Okay. So nada yoga, what has happened? The smell has merged with the taste. Taste has merged with the form. Form has merged with this vibration. Vibration has become sound. So you have become the subtlest possible in the manifest world. Right? So this knowledge you transact in the world is very useful. Transact in the world with the understanding of oneness. So what happens to you? Whenever you transact in the world, you are hearing, you are interacting with the persons, but background Omkara is there. Background subtle sound is there. In the sense, you are in two worlds simultaneously, subtle world and gross world. Maybe causal world, subtle world and gross world. So still you are in the world.
Not transcended.
Not transcended. Understand? So you are as a part of the world, but in the world you are seeing yoga, union. So which means your life will be much more joyful because manolaya is happening. Life will be happiness. Life will be, you don't see struggle in life. There will be ups and downs, but you will be not affected. Right? That's what happens with the nada. Understand? That's subtle sound. Now, beyond nada is transcendence, which is called absolute reality, Sadashiva. So now, if you go to absolute reality, all your movies will go. Viddu, nada, kalati, everything goes. Do you want to, are you ready to lose that or you have to be here? See, you are all these things you have gained with a lot of effort. Some breathing practice, some meditation. So some joy is there. Now all those will disappear. Do you want that or you want to be here? That you have to decide. This is the highest realization in the domain of form.
Right.
Okay. So now go beyond form, get established in the form. Beyond form is formless. Beyond form and formless is absolute reality.
Right.
Right. So in the absolute reality, there is nothing. Okay. So all this tamasha you start losing. You want to do that, you will find out. That's called mukti. So what you have got achieved is called bhakti. Devotion. Highest form, higher form of devotion. But the absolute reality is not yet attained. From here to there, jump is through jnana.
Yes.
Okay. Understand? So jnana alone liberates.
Right.
Okay. Yoga helps chitta shuddhi. Purification of the mind is happened to a level. Chitta shuddhi, sign of chitta shuddhi is constant hearing of nada. And so nada is the background of any activity. Right? The causal world is available to you at any point of time. The signs of these are, if you wish something, something starts manifesting. Like mind has become so subtle. So this is all what we call as grace. We can call it as synchronicity. Okay, you think of something or you think of somebody, they're call you like that. Some siddhis. Okay. Now, unfortunately, this is the last. You have to drop all of them and go to whatever you attend, you have to drop them. Many people are not comfortable with that. They'll be here only. Right? Shiva in Shiva Sutra says, yogi will attain certain siddhis. In fact, some siddhis will manifest. Maybe not a very strong form or little form, but there are many subtle siddhis. Maybe able to read the mind of some person, maybe able to see telepathy, or maybe able to, very, very subtle aspects of mind manifest. Because mind has become very subtle. It has become Omkara. Right. But now the journey in the form is over. To go to the formless is Chaitanya. Yeah. Okay. Beyond form and formless is absolute, Sadashiva. Chit. So your subtle vasanas, which are there in the intellect, It's called ahankara. Has to be removed. Now, ahankara is not removed at this point. Ahankara is there. Individuality is there. The individuality has become one with the universal. Okay. But that individuality and universality both have to be dropped to transcend. Even universality has to be dropped. That is called chit. So this point to next point is called jnana. So jnana, you have to get a jnana from a jnani guru, a realized master. So gradually as you get jnana, the clarity, you get established in the transcendence. So then the transcendence you can operate. Instead of operating from the omkara. Instead of operating from oneness, you operate from transcendence. That's called Jivan Mukta. Right? There is a jump now from oneness to transcendence. And it is difficult to come out of oneness to transcendence because oneness is so comfortable. Oneness is so joyful. Everything what you worried with a lot of effort has to be dropped. That's why many people stay there in that oneness. So after death, this is called upasana. What you have done in upasana level. Okay. In upasana, depending on what level, bindu, nada, kala. So you go to that loka. Loka means experience is there. So you are in the domain of experienced world. You are not gone beyond the experienced world. That's called transcendence. So that's called mukti. Then no more coming back. Okay, then there's a craving to come back. I want to come back. I want to come back. So Ramakrishna Paramahamsa was in this domain. What's called saguna. This is called saguna realization. Okay, saguna realization happens in many ways for people. From the subtle sound. For Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Divine Mother used to appear in front of him. That's not a bindu appearing as the mother. Nada, bindu, kala. So the kala is variety. The variety appears as a bindu, light. The light appears as the Divine Mother. Okay, form. And he is able to talk also because he is able to communicate. Right? So then Totapuri comes, his guru. He says, all these are Maya. So all this happening is in the domain of Maya, including Omkara. Right? So now you drop all this. So Ramakrishna Paramahamsa says, I can't drop. When I close my eyes, mother is coming and standing. Then he says, cut her with the Jnana Khadga, sword of discrimination. Discrimination is Atma and Atma Viveka, Nitya Anitya Viveka. This is Jnana. Right. So once you cut her, then you are left with the absolute reality. Then before that, he was called Gadadhara. His name was Gadadhara. And when he realized this non-duality, he becomes Paramahamsa. So Gadadhara is the domain of form. Okay. Realization in the domain of form. Beyond the realization of the form is called Paramahamsa. Understand? So in the domain of form, you are called Hamsa. In the domain of formless, you are called, in the domain of form and formless, because both are in duality. Beyond domain of form and formless, absolute reality is called Paramahamsa. Paramahamsa. Why is it called Hamsa? Because when you breathe in, breathe out, Hamsa, sound comes. Hamsa, breath makes a sound. So one whose breath makes a sound is called Jiva. So Jiva is identified with the body. Okay. Jiva is identified with the body. He's in the domain of experience. He has not gone beyond experience. Yeah, I have seen the silence, but silence also in the domain of experience. Beyond sound and silence is absolute reality. Okay, that is not in the domain of experience. But we start looking at it as a domain of experience. That's where the problem is. That's where experience starts coming, but that is not in the, there's no experience there. That's called transcendence. Now, to go there, Shiva says in Shiva Sutra, Shiva says all these things, whatever I have told so far, tells in various ways. Whatever decoding I have done, I'm telling you what Shiva's quoted words. So, if you have to go there, then whatever you have gained here, you have to drop. This is also a package. Understand? Initially, we were happy with the gross world experience. Okay. Where sense organs related things we are giving happiness. Now in yoga, you will get happiness from subtle world, Hiranyagarbha, or causal world. Something manifesting, something coming, this. So wholesale package deal, you have to drop subtle and gross experiences. Then only you can go. But then don't regret that you have dropped it. You cannot get back. What you have dropped, you cannot get back. That's called mukti. Understand? So Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Totapuri told, cut divine mother. So then he's established in Paramhamsa. Hamsa becomes Paramhamsa. Hamsa means swan. The swan has the ability to separate water and milk. But all swans don't do. They keep on drinking water. That's why they're jiva. So there's a discrimination developed. Discrimination with Atma, Anatma. Nitya, Anitya. Okay. So then you come to a clarity. I am the Atma. And Atma means Sakshi. And Sakshi is Brahman. I am that Brahman. And that realization takes you beyond form and formless, name and nameless. Okay. And it takes you from moving and non-moving, living and non-living. So then Gadadhara becomes Paramahamsa by becoming discrimination. Nitya Anitya Viveka, Atma Anatma Viveka. From the domain of form to formless. So for that, of the domain of form, Yogi Guru will take. From form to formless, form to transcendence, Gnani Guru will take. Maybe Yogi Guru also has Gnana. So you'll learn from him. I don't know. I can't say rule out.
Yes.
So Yogi Guru can take you up to the yoga, which is union, in the domain of form. And Gnani Guru will take you beyond the experience, transcendence. Okay. So Ramakrishna Paramahamsa is now established in the transcendence. Now he comes back. He is not able to do puja like earlier. Earlier he was doing puja. He was able to find the God. Now he is not able to do it. And even he was not able to give argya. See, evening when you Sandhya you do, you give water to sun God. So he is not able to give. The water is dropping from his hand. Whatever he was doing earlier is not possible. He has gone established in the Paramahamsa state. So now the problem is Paramahamsa. He is craving for earlier thing. I want to go back. He can't go back. So the experience domain gives a joy. Here there's a peace. From joy to peace. Okay. The tremendous ecstasy is there. Right? Where in the domain of form, ecstasy is there. Okay. Ecstasy is very joyful. Okay. Bhaktas are very exuberant. Many of yogis are dry. Okay. Because problem is they don't see, bhaktas are joyful because they experience the union with God. So yogis trying to separate out from the material nature, they have not found God. So many yogis are very dry. There's no life in them. Understand? Unless there's a union, proper union, there's no life. Shiva and Shakti have to become one. There's a joy. There's the ecstasy. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa used to dance with ecstasy. Ecstasy is there. But in transcendence, ecstasy is replaced with the peace. Absolute peace. There are temporary peace. There's a difference between temporary peace and absolute peace. Okay. Temporary peace is you get something in the world, momentary mind becomes peaceful. It is related to object. Objective. Temporary peace is there. When you do morning meditation, you do, okay, you find peaceful. If you don't do meditation, you are restless. Right. So the temporary peace, either experience of gross world or subtle world, there's a temporary peace. But Parashanti is beyond Shanti. Shanti, Ashanti. The peace and disturbance come together. Absolute peace is beyond that. Parashanti. Supreme peace. Right? That supreme peace is undisturbed by the peace. So Ramakrishna Paramahamsa is establishing supreme peace, Parashanti. But he says the joy and ecstasy is very nice.
But sir, then Ramakrishna has transcended, right?
How?
So what individually it is making him to come
See,
back?
what happens is when this transcendence happens, I have talked on many times,
Yeah.
Yoga Bhumika. Yoga Bhumika means Jnana Bhumika. At transcendence also, you transcend and come back. Transcend and come back. So there's also settling time is there. So it is not that once somebody transcends, it's settled there. Understand? In yoga also, there's a settling time. In transcend also, there's settling time. Okay. Some vasanas will be still there. How the settling this in yoga bhumika or jnana bhumika, there are two types of bhumika. Yoga, what happens? I'll talk sometime. Just now what I talked is yoga bhumika. Okay. Similarly, I talked about yoga jnana bhumika also. How jnana stages of jnana. So what happens? Example I give. Let us say you are some person is living in India. He does not know America. So then he gets a temporary visa, business visa. He goes to America, spends a month and comes back. Okay. Now, his thought process has changed. Understand? His thought process has changed. Okay. But not fully changed. Some American values he brings back. So then after some time he gets a long-term visa. He goes often more of America. Now he is becoming half Indian, half American. Right? So then after that he gets citizenship there. Then he is fully American, not Indian. Right? In yoga or jnana, the transition happens like this. Okay. Suddenly you will not be there. You'll go and come back. You'll go and come back. Then gradually you settle there. Then you become citizen there. Right? So being in India is called as Jiva. Going to America is called as either yoga, oneness, which is yoga, or it's called jnana, transcendence. Okay. Goes and comes back, goes and comes back. But some earlier vasanas will continue. Okay. But until he finally, this vasanas will go, that vasana will set, that establishment happens. Is it clear?
How to get rid of these vasanas which are going?
Again and again going transcendence. Again and again yoga. Yoga has to be abhyasa and jnana has to be shravana, manana, nidhyasa. You have to listen to the teaching of a master, not read the teaching of a master. Listen to the teaching of master, contemplate, and meditate. The yogic meditation is called dhyana. Actually, what is called Vedantic meditation called nididhyasa. Right. Yogic meditation is dhyana. Okay. So what else? Once you settle there, but still, Ramakrishna, this ecstasy is there. Ecstasy is ecstasy of union. So that's why you see many of the devotees, the Pandharpur, that's this thing, bhajans goes on. Lakhs and lakhs of people, they'll start dancing, singing, joy, the ecstasy. Ecstasy is the domain of energy. Okay. Oneness is when energy and consciousness are merged. And still. And transcendence is both energy and consciousness, nothing is there now. So, this is how life is. The spiritual journey is, I am somebody. Because I am a body. Okay. So then I want to become one with everybody. Oneness. See, one in all. That's called bhakti. That's called yoga also. Okay. So yoga or bhakti, karma yoga or bhakti yoga, it's called upasana also. So what you are doing is, kriya yoga is actually a form of upasana. It's a shakti upasana. Okay. Shakti upasana is for chitta shuddhi. Karma yoga, bhakti yoga, kriya yoga, all these are upasana. Upasana takes you level of oneness. It doesn't like take you to transcendence. Okay. What is the purpose of this? Chitta shuddhi, purification of heart. So purification of heart results in not disturbance in life, a calmness, a joy, ecstasy. But still it's dependent on meditation. 10 days you don't do meditation, you'll still be uncomfortable. Right? Still it's dependent on practice. Right? Transcendence is not dependent on practice. Transcendence is gone. You're cutting off. Right? So from individuality, you have come to oneness. Okay. From oneness, you have to, from some body, you have to become nobody. And nobody is transcendence. And that nobody, when he comes back and sees the world, he says, I am everybody. But earlier you are seeing everybody in the yoga. So there's still individuality is there, ego is there. Now there's no egoless oneness. It's called parabhakti. So up to the yoga, up to the whatever yoga, it's called bhakti, devotion. Still, Admana is not gone. Once you get transcendence, once you're established transcendence, individual is gone. Then you come back and see the world. There is oneness. Now you see one in all, but there's no conceptualization. This one in all is only there. And in transcendence, all in one has happened. Okay. See, I'll put it like this. Individually, I am somebody and there's a variety. In oneness, I am one with the variety. Right? In transcendence, there's no variety. Variety is one. Okay. When you transcend and you come back, I am everybody. Okay. This is called parabhakti. Now there is also love. It's a different kind of love, but there's no ecstasy. Okay. Ecstasy is energies will move. In transcendence and parabhakti, there's no energy movement. Stillness, but love. This is the love of the Supreme Mother, Parashakti. Whereas ecstasy, love of the Divine Mother, Shakti. Right? Another spiritual journey is personal me from individual. Personal me is there, individual. The individuality has to go. So that's why first from individuality, you will go to universality. Universality is God. God is everywhere. Individuality to universality. Then from universality has to go to impersonality. Sakshi is impersonal. Witness is impersonal. Individual, personal to universal to impersonal. Sakshi is impersonal. Then go beyond Sakshi, then you become transcendental. So personal to universal. Personal to universal will take you, yoga will take you. Individual merges with the universal. Personal to universal. Universal to impersonal is witnessing, Sakshi. Personal to transcendence is Jnana. Personal, universal to impersonal, impersonal to transcendence is called Jnana. Right?
Yes.
Are you clear?
Yeah.
So the stages of Yoga Bhumika is there. The stages of Jnana Bhumika is there. Well, it won't happen. It can happen for some people who are mature and done sadhana in previous life. It can be sudden. Right? So from some American coming to India and going back, still he is American only. So those people who have done enough sadhana in previous life, they don't go through graduation. They can be, for them it can be sudden. For other people, it's a settling time is there. So is your question answered clearly? So anybody has a question on Zoom? Huh? It's okay. Those people, let them come. Anybody has a question on Zoom?
No, Prabhuji, it's all very clear. It's very nice. It's very exciting and interesting. But it is still wrestling with the ghost. We will go with Ajatavada.
So Shravan, Katyayani, Purnima, Katyayani, any questions?
ಇಲ್ಲ ಗುರುಜಿ, ಅದೇ ಪೂರ್ಣಿಮಾ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ದಂಗೆ ನೀವು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅಜಾತವಾದದ್ದನ್ನ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ತಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಠಸ್ಸೆ ಒತ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಿ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಬಟ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿತ್ತು, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲನೇಷನ್ ತುಂಬಾನೇ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿತ್ತು.
Okay.
So Prabhuji, from transcendence we said there is a step called immanence after transcendence.
Correct.
So here, how do we look at it from this step of impermanence to transcendence? Where is that immanence after transcendence coming?
I'll come to that. That's next question. All right. This question will close and go to the next question. Is it clear?